Welcome to 5 Minutes with Mimi, and today we will be continuing our talks about the NACA program. If you're not familiar, NACA is the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America, and they are a nonprofit organization that is making homeownership a reality for millions of people. So if the sound of buying your own home with no down payment, no closing costs, and no mortgage insurance sounds good to you, I highly encourage you to check out my other video where I talk about the benefits of the NACA program in more detail. So today I will be talking about the first step of becoming a NACA member, which is attending a home buyer's workshop. The workshop is an online meeting and is hosted by multiple NACA employees. They are from various home offices, and they start off by introducing themselves and giving you a quick background on how NACA has become so successful and what they have achieved throughout the years. Under the leadership of Bruce Marks, they advocated against predatory lending and discriminatory practices that banks were getting away with. They did protests, they did marches, they met with members of Congress to demand a change in the lending world, and they were very successful. Many banks have invested into the NACA mission, and that is how today NACA is a lender offering no down payment, no closing costs to people who complete their program and qualify. We were then introduced to a NACA member who shared her testimony about her personal NACA journey, and she was very honest and open about the fact that sometimes things moved a little slow and she became frustrated. And she talked about the ups and downs of everything that came with the process, but that all in all, she's in her new home now and she's overjoyed, and she recommends the program to everyone and just reminds us to stay patient and most of all, organized. So it was really good to hear from someone who found success in the program. Then to the stage came a NACA mortgage counselor who came on to talk to us about how this program was different from your traditional lender, where you can walk into a bank and within a few hours you would know if you're approved or rejected for a mortgage. He emphasized that NACA required a little more patience and time, and that you have to stay consistent and organized to make the process as smooth as possible. He then gave everyone a formula so that we could calculate on our own how much home we qualify for. He then went into the details of minimum required funds, payment shock, and interest buy down. And to quickly further elaborate on minimum required funds and payment shock, minimum required funds are the monies you need to have available in your bank account at the time of closing. So if at this point you're wondering, why do you need money saved up when there's no closing fees and no down payment, it's because when you become your own landlord or you buy a multifamily and you become someone else's landlord, you become responsible for all of the maintenance and repairs that are needed on the property. And these types of things generally require money, and NACA does not want you to step into your first property being house poor, as they call it. Payment shock. Let's create a scenario so that this can be a little more easily understood. If your rent payment right now is $1,000, but you qualify for a mortgage of up to $1,200, there is a $200 difference in what you're paying now and what you will be paying when you buy your first home. So NACA wants you to start saving those $200 now to prove to them that you can budget in such a way where you will be able to afford that payment. The mortgage counselor concluded his talk by saying that NACA does not reject or turn down anyone. You will be assigned a mortgage counselor who will create an action plan specific to what you need to do to get home buyer ready, and they will work with you for as long as it takes, whether it's months or years, which was very good to hear. I hope that some of you guys that are coming from a rocky place when it comes to your credit history or you have a lot of debt, really take advantage of this program. They will give you the step-by-step on how to get on track and own a home. The webinar was concluded with talking about the 10 steps to home ownership. The steps must be completed in chronological order, and I will put them on the screen for you. They also mentioned what was mandatory if you decided to become a NACA member. So there is a $25 yearly membership due or fee, and you pay that fee yearly until you close on your home. It is a very small price to pay for all of these great benefits and all the resources that they offer. A second requirement is that as a NACA member, you are required to volunteer your time 5 times a year. And before you walk away and say, oh, I'm too busy for all of that 5 times a year, I have a job, I have family, I have this and that going on. It can be something as simple as making a flyer, posting it around town, spreading the word at your church, spreading the word on your social media, making a donation to your home office of bottled water, notepads, pens, things that would assist them during their Achieve the Dream events. Again, the volunteer portion is another very small price to pay for the fact that they will be saving you thousands after you walk away from the closing table. At the end of the home buyers workshop, you walk away with your own personal NACA ID. This ID opens up a portal on the NACA website where you can start to immediately upload your necessary documentation. And as soon as you have everything uploaded, you're able to set up an appointment with a mortgage counselor and therefore start your home buying journey. I hope you found some value and learned something new in this video. I am so honored that you guys are following my journey. I hope I inspire you guys to try this program. I mean, you really can't beat a no down payment, no closing cost lender. Please let me know if you are inspired and looking into becoming a NACA member, if you're still on the fence. If you guys have any questions that went unanswered about the NACA program, I have the handbook in front of me. I would love to come back to you guys with facts straight out of the handbook. I am a NACA member on a first-time home buying journey, and I uploaded all of my necessary documents. I've already sat with my mortgage counselor and had my first meetup with her, and I'm so excited to share about that experience with you guys as well. I'm looking to create a video about NACA, the good, the bad, the ugly, because, I mean, if you do your research, there's a lot of people bashing NACA because they're unorganized, because they take so much time. Their staff seems to be like a revolving door. And I think that we can learn a lot about other people's frustrations, other people's mistakes. We can brace ourselves for what might be in our future and just not panic and lose sight of what is the goal, and that is home ownership, creating generational wealth for our families. So please like, please subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one.